and see how we go. What if we oh, so what we got here then? Okay, so humans, 200 TV. I'm almost certainly going to take. See, I have been taking wizards, but I almost think I might try. Oh, we got to concede. I don't like winning like that, but you know, it's unfortunate. I feel player type blocker Longbeard wants to turn you. No, thank you. Like, it is a real shame. I don't like winning like that. We didn't get any level ups out of it, which is good. I kind of don't like getting level ups like that. It may be, as I said, I had it on my human team. There's a bug whereby you search for a game, and it says you conceded really quickly like that. It doesn't. Maybe that's what happened to that guy. So it's a shame when that happens. We will buy. I think we will buy the Longbeard. And as is custom, if there is anyone who particularly wants to be a Longbeard, when we have to replace players, we do try and name them after people in the chat. So, if anyone would like to be our newest Longbeard, by all means, pipe up, and I will do my best.
Did you know, back in 2479, the experiment to use balls made of granite was not a...
Or if not, we will probably just go with the last... What we tended to do is go with the last follower as well. If no one particularly is fussed. We will call him... Ah, there we go. Tom Zillaroo. You, sir, are our newest Longbeard. Tom Zillaroo. There we go. We've done alright. So with naming players after people in the chat, it's done well for us so far. They've actually usually turned out to be pretty useful. Quick Draw, our human dirty player, has done us a world of good. Right, so off we go again then. We shall see. 1,000 TV dwarves again.
Everybody ready?
Okay, this is reasonably even. So we just take got 70k. I think we might just pay. I'm tempted to pay the extra and take a bribe. I feel like that would be worthwhile for us. I'm going to do that. We're going to go with the bribe and see what happens.
I hope you've prayed to Nuffle. I know I have. Now let's play.
Okay. Well, it's getting late. Didn't even realize what the time was.
Seems the ref has been walked.
We're gonna see some frozen balls today. Hard as rocks. And good.
There we go. So we lost the toss. Humans, probably not the worst matchup for us. I mean, Troll Slayers do pretty well against big guys.
It'll be interesting to see what game
He has got... Is he running two... Right, he's running two catchers. And he's got no bench. So that's not terrible for us. Like, we should... Hopefully we can injure a catcher. He's gone guard first on the blitzers, which is what I do. Seems to be a good way to do that. And the rest is all pretty standard. So this guy's got... What did he go for on the catcher first? He went sure feet on the catcher first. Okay. I generally would go block first on the catchers, but each to their own. So now we just set up and see what happens. We're almost certainly going to go just Longbeards on the line. And we are going to... so runners go back here. I want the troll. I do want the troll slayers out on the side, so that on the off chance he does run some people down here, we get a chance to surf some guys. So here we go. I think this is pretty much how we're going to start, and we're going to see what happens. God, really itchy nose. Right, hopefully we do better here than the last one. He's only running 2 rerolls, so he's definitely done things slightly different than I did my human team when I started. Not necessarily worse. I'm not to say that the way he's doing it is wrong. Again, there's lots of scope to do different things in this game, but he seems like he went with 2 catches and 2 rerolls. I personally, when I started my human team, didn't take any catches and took 3 rerolls.
You lost me after Bob.
The reasoning behind that being that I feel like on a human team, the most important thing is to get some levels on some linemen and some blitzers. And if you run 2 catches from the start, or any catches from the start, they just hoggle your star player points. And it becomes much harder later on to level the level 1 linemen and such. So hopefully our long beards can survive a couple of blocks. And see where we go from there.
Will the big one manage to
See, this is... I mean, granted it's a 3 dice block, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It's a little risky to block with the ogre first, always. Just because, you know, he doesn't have block, and if it goes wrong, you can't. You know, there's a chance you can't re-roll it because of loner. But I would say that because it was a 3 dice and not your standard 2 dice, that it was, you know, you kind of, if you mess up on a 3 dice block, you're kind of upset. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it so much here. Like, I can kind of understand why he stacked the LOS. Like, the way he did it is a pretty good shout that he clears me out and then moves these guys away when he's receiving. Like, I don't necessarily mind it so much when he's getting the ball, when he knows he's going to get to punch me. If he puts just enough players there to punch me away and then move some guys around. The problem is that he's done it with so many players that he can't really cage up that well. Not that that matters against me, because it's not like I can run around and get him. But, like, because he hasn't really injured anyone or done any real damage, now I can stand these guys up and I can just start basing stuff up. And then he's in a punching match with Dwarves, which is really not what he wants to do. So, and that is really unfortunate. So yeah, we're almost certainly going to stand up here. We're almost certainly going to stand up here. We definitely... like, I'm almost certainly going to blitz this guy. I feel like. Just get some guys near the edge of the pitch and be done with it. I feel like that's always a good idea. Hopefully we can go push. There's one push. Like, I'm going to take the pushes instead of the... this one I'll take a knockdown. Oh, and there we go. KO off the bat. That's a good start for us. Things are already better than... Yeah, I mean, I will take out the big guy. I mean, it would be nice, but there's no real easy way for me to get in here with any kinds of assists, so we will do that. Ideally, what I want to do is just get a I definitely want to get a long beard on these catchers. Long beard. I definitely want to get a long beard on these catchers. There's one. I mean, he's probably going to go around this way, but I definitely want to get at least one. We want to clog this up. You're almost certainly going to... Like, because again, I mean, I'm quite happy to just base up as much as I can here as the Dwarves. I feel like that's a perfectly reasonable way to play them. We've got more than enough men this side. We're going to send the Troll Slayer over here. That catches pretty tied up, and then we're just going to try and we're just going to kind of clog up the middle as best we can and see what happens. I feel like this is a reasonable start for us. One guy down, and again he doesn't, because he went the 2 catchers route, which is reasonably expensive. He didn't. He doesn't have a bench, which is fine with us, and we do have a bribe as well. Remember, so if we do manage to get, you know, a catcher or a thrower on the floor, or it's certainly a blitzer. If we get a blitzer down and we get a good chance to foul him, we are certainly going to foul a blitzer, especially one of these guard ones. If we get one of these guard blitzers on the floor, we're going to stamp on his face. That is almost certainly a plan.
Yeah, smells like a good old
But yeah, no, we definitely will. Like, if we can get an assist, like an assist on the big guy, get a 2 dice, we will almost certainly just plough into him with a Troll Slayer. But we're going to try and kind of pick our spots with that and see what happens. See, again, this is not necessarily the worst thing in the world for us here. He's committing a bunch of players base to base with Dwarfs, which is really not the way to go about this. I feel like it's probably turned out all right because he's probably got enough players free now to cage, maybe. But he's got no real good blocks over here, and even if he picks the ball up, he's only now got 2 players free. So he's got no real easy way to make this guy safe from the Troll Slayer. Or this Troll Slayer, really. Like, I feel like at least one of them is going to get a block on him now. Or at least get a block on the catcher to put tackle zones on him. Maybe he goes in here somewhere and puts the catcher in front of the Troll Slayer. But then that's just 3 punches on the... Like, I'm not sure. Like, assuming he gives it to the catcher, where does the catcher go? Unless I'm just missing something really obvious here. Oh, okay, so he's going to go in there with him. But again, like, he hasn't got... He's got guard there, right. So I'd need to... Okay, I mean, I can kind of see that. I'm still going to be able to get 1 dice on him, though. Because even with the guard, like, I think I pretty much off the bat just get 1 dice against him. Okay. And I've got tackle, so dodge doesn't help. So I feel like I almost certainly just do that with a reroll and see what happens. And then even if it doesn't work and I get a push, then I can block him again with this guy. So I feel like that's the route we're going to go. We're just going to go and hope and see what happens. That works. So let's just see where the ball ends up. There's the stun. Right, again, it's a shame that this guy ended up with the ball, but we can still probably find a way to get at least 1 dice on this guy. And we almost certainly want to...
defensive pressure gathering.
We are going to take... I think we're going to take the 1 dice, but I'm not sure if we're going to take it now. We'll put a guy here. I'm going to put the Troll Slayer back here, actually, to probably maybe take a snipe at the Ogre if we need to. I almost definitely am always going to take punches on the catcher because we have tackle. So we will definitely do that.
Marvelous. Let's start as we mean to go on.
Take that. Oh, he re-rolled the death, and what did he get in the end? Oh, he got a minus AV on the catcher. That's not good. That's not great. I mean, that catcher's almost... I would definitely fire him and get a new one. Oh. Well, that is that is a result for us. Right, and now I feel like we almost certainly take our 1 dice here. There we go, we're getting the power. This game is already gone drastically better than the last one. Like, this game is already a ton better. I'm not sure if we even... Yeah, I suppose we're almost... Yeah, we probably... Do we try and pick the ball up on the Agi too? I don't think we do, to be honest. I think we just... Yeah, that... I love it. I love it. That was just... This game is already just 10 times better. Right, this guy has no block, and we do, so we're almost certainly going to take that. There we go. Oh, we will follow in there. Oh. And the hits just keep on coming. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, AV7 human catcher is the way that human catchers used to be. They used to always be AV7, which is why people really hated them. They didn't like using them because they died too quick. The fact that they're AV8 is a change that Cyanide made in Blood Bowl 2. In the old Blood Bowl, they're AV7. And Strength 2. They were pretty fragile. But yeah, like, especially because I don't think he had any skills. Yeah, he's only got 3 SPP. You might as well just fire him and get a new one at that point. But yeah, no, we're looking all right. I mean, this guy, he didn't have a bench. He's down 1 man for definite already. Couple of KOs.
Go big guy. Trample.
That is unfortunate. It's always a shame when you're against an ogre and he makes 2 dice blocks and doesn't roll them both down. You're like, ah! Every time my ogre does that block, he just ends up on his arse. But yeah, I think the good thing here is there's no easy way for him to get the ball, and even if he does get the ball, he's down so many men already that there's no real easy way for him to get it downfield. And you know, he's playing 2 catchers and they're both off the pitch, so I feel like we're doing all right. We are doing all right. Oh, that's forward. That's a good block for him. Oh, stunned. That actually is kind of annoying for us. Thick Skull doing it work. That's kind of annoying for us because you know, he's realistically the guy we want to try and pick the ball up with. Trying to pick the ball up with the other guys is asking for trouble. Okay, so the ball's gone in here. Right, and then we see what's what. Yeah, I'm gonna put this guy in here again. You can stand up. You can go over here. I mean, we're almost certainly blitzing this guy, and we're almost certainly taking a frenzy on this guy. So, has this guy got anything? No, he's the guard guy. We're definitely going to blitz him out this way. Because if we get a push, we want to try and punch him again. There we go. And in that, yeah, we will follow, just to, you know, make it harder for these guys to stand up. You're going over there. We're taking our 2 dice here. Right, and then this guy's stunned, so this guy we've got to mark, really. There's just a bunch of Agi 2 Longbeards. Okay, so we will do this, and we will try and pick it up. I mean, it's unlikely, and we're not going to waste a reroll on it, but we will give it a go. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Oh, there we go. But we did end up with a ball. Unfortunately, it's the guy who can get blocked, but we ended up with a ball, which is nice. If we can go in 1-0 up, and with a couple of men advantage, and get the ball back in the second half and punch some more people, we are golden in this game. Yeah, things are going all right. Things are definitely going better than they did last time. Going out Frakasos. Oh, so he's jumped up and done his blitz. God, that was the catcher as well. Never mind. I'm assuming like that seems a. Is this guy already blocked already or something? Because that seems weird that he wouldn't block with this guy instead and get the 2 dice that way. Like blocking with the no block catcher just seems like. Oh. These 1 dice blocks, they could go so badly. But maybe you wanted to leave this blitzer free to try and snipe the ball or something, like pick it up. But it's a lot of dodges and pickups in tackle zones, and it's rough. It is rough for him to lay hands on the ball here. And this catches. Oh no! I thought both his catches went off the pitch, but I was obviously clearly mistaken. It was 2 linemen and a catcher. So we're almost certainly punching this catcher next turn with this long beard. It's like, hello, Mr. Catcher. You're standing next to a tackle dwarf.
And it didn't come off.
Okie dokie. That's not the worst bounce for us, because now it's at least sort of in range of our sure hands guy. So you stand up. You are almost certainly punching that guy. Yeah, you know what? I will just take the You're right, Ryan. How you doing again? Yeah, you're taking a little break. You're having a little rest. We're playing some Dwarfs by popular demand. First game went pretty horrifically, to be honest. We did not do well. We ended up against another Dwarf team, and they were just better than us. But things. Oh god, this catcher is amazing. Let's follow in there. What else do I want to do? I probably want to mark up this guy. We're almost certainly gonna try to pick up here. So then it just becomes a case of who do we want to blitz. Yeah, it was a little rough the first game. You know, we just ended up against another Dwarf team, and he got some early injuries, made life awkward for us, but nothing can be done about that. Right, we could probably take a 1 dice there, maybe. I feel like now might be as good a chance as any to. You know what? Let's pick up the ball first and see what happens. If we get the ball, then I might do some blitzing. But God, with the short hands as well. Oh, Dwarfs. The Dwarven inability to pick up a ball is both hilarious and frustrating at times. It's just, oh God. So I've tried to pick the ball up in total 6 times now, and I've failed 5 of them in the 2 games we've played. I failed the first one with a reroll. I made the second one after a reroll, and I've just failed that one with sure hands. Oh God! It doesn't instill me with or inspire me or instill me with confidence. But it's all right. We knew what we were getting into. We knew what we were getting into. All the level 1 on Dwarfs, the runners, they get sure hand. Every Dwarf gets thick skull. It just means they don't get injured as often. If instead of a KO on an 8, you get stunned instead, which is good. Apart from thick skull, the runners have sure hands, so they get to reroll pickups if they fail. The Longbeards get block and tackle, which is amazing. The Blitzers, I think, just get block. Where are they? Yep, the Blitzers just get block. And the Troll Slayers get Block, Dauntless, and Frenzy. If there's any of those skills that you want to take a closer look at, just let me know. Yeah, the skeleton head is thick skull. Or it's just all the dwarves get thick skull. There you go. Basically, if someone rolls an 8, that would normally knock you out, but because you're a dwarf, it counts as a 7, and you just get stunned instead. So he's going for the 50% pickup with a reroll, which he has made. But again, unfortunately, there's not really anywhere safe for him to go. Realistically. We shall see. I mean, he could go back in this way. I definitely wouldn't advise him to go out this way, because then he almost certainly gets served by a frenzy guy. So he's probably doing the right thing going back in here. We should still be able to get blocks on him. He has already used his reroll though, and he doesn't have dodge, so he's just okie dokie. So we're almost certainly taking a 2 dice here. We have block, he doesn't, so he goes down. And then, and this guy doesn't have block, so we're probably going to end up maybe blitzing with this guy, I think. But we're definitely going to stand this guy up first. I feel like we almost always want to take a hit on a catcher with the tackle guy if we can. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I might play pass. Hail Mary pass with the runner. Nice. Right, and I feel like we do this. We do still have rerolls, so we're not worried about that. And we do actually, which we've forgotten, we did forget that we have a bribe. So we should be fouling people. Almost certainly fouling. I'm not quite sure who would be the best person to foul at this point. I feel like because we're going to be probably going in.
They've left the bulk area exposed. There could be
In the lead, or at least. Okay, that's unfortunate for us because now if it goes off the pitch, it could go anywhere, which is could be a real pain. We'll take 2 dice here. A push is unfortunate. Because now we probably need to make a 1 dice here. Okay, push is okay there. I just wanted to try and get another 2 dice here. I do really want to, considering this is his drive, I do really want to punch as many humans as possible. There we go. And then I suppose we try and pick up the ball again. See what happens. Sure hands. There we go. Right, so we've got the ball. We're off to the races. We're doing all right. And then it's just a case of, do we want to take some 1 dice blocks? I don't think so. I think we're happy enough with the situation we're in now. Yeah, passing dwarfs is like, if you get enough decent like doubles and stuff to make an actual proper passing dwarf team, they are a thing of beauty. Like if you get a runner and he's got like catch and sorry, pass and strong arm and stuff, that would be pretty hilarious. Or however dwarves make a passing. I don't even know how you make a passing dwarf team, but I'm sure it would be great. I would very much love to make a proper passing orc team. Like, you've got the thrower, so that you've got that covered, but then actually turn a blitzer into a proper out-and-out catcher. Just have him piling down the pitch. Or like I was saying, you know, or like I was talking before about guy called Lupak. He has a chaos team, and it has an Agi 5 or an Agi 4 or something. It's a long bomb, strong arm, something. Chaos Warrior, and it sounds brilliant. This is I'm kind of surprised he did this, because now the blitzer probably, I'm almost certainly going to try and surf this blitzer. Like, it's going to be 2 dice into 1 dice, but I feel like I take that to try and get a blitzer off the pitch. That's fine. This blitzer is almost certainly going to get... If he goes down, he's almost certainly going to get fouled. And that works wonders for us. I think he's almost certainly... Yeah, I was going to say, I think he's almost certainly going to re-roll that, because if he doesn't, then he's pretty much just conceding the fact that he's going to go in 1-0 down.
That's disappointing. They're both still standing.
So yeah, I feel like... What do you give a fresh Black Hawk to roll 2 4s? Ooh. What do Black Hawks get? Do Black Hawks get, I assume they get strength normally. Do they get access to agility on doubles? Because if you can get dodge, I always go dodge. Generally. I feel like having a strength 4 guy that is going to end up with block and dodge, it just makes him so hard to deal with. But there may be a better option that I'm not thinking about. What is it he gets on normal rolls and what is it he gets on doubles? Is it strength and general on normal rolls, and then does he get agility on doubles? Is that the way it works for Black Hawks? Like, God, that stun really helps us out. See, I could be really greedy here, and I could use the ball carrier to try and get an assist, but I think that then kind of screws any chance we have at a touchdown. And then we're just going to go 2 dice into 1 dice for a surf. Right, so yeah, Black will get strength from general. If he gets... oh, see, look, when you really want to push... Never mind. Can't complain. Yeah, if he gets access to agility on doubles, I would personally take a serious look at getting a dodge. I really like having, you know, like block dodge or blodge, as it's referred to, on, you know, on pieces that you really want to just be annoying. Not because you want your Agi 2 Black Hawk to be dodging around the place. It just makes him harder to play against, really. %, foul. I assume that's a 58%. So it's a shame we can't get the block on. I feel like we have a bribe, so I feel like we do try and really put the boot in and get a man advantage. If we can get a blitzer off the pitch, we will. Yeah, that's kind of the route I would take. I would get dodge, and then I would go block, because he's almost certainly going to get block next, or as soon as he gets a normal skill up, he's almost certainly going to get block. So I really do like dodge and block on a Black Hawk. I think it makes him very hard to deal with. Trying to think what else. Not really much else in Agi that I don't really know all the skills well enough to know for definite, but I feel like dodge is a good shout.
There's always room in sport for a scrap like this.
So this is his turn 7. Sorry, we've got our turn 7. I feel like we're almost probably going to score next turn. I think, or at least I would hope. If he doesn't stand these guys up, we're definitely going to stamp on someone again. We're going to keep stamping on people wherever possible. Sidestep could work. Sidestep could definitely be interesting. It depends which way. I mean, if you could go, mind you, I was going to say you could go like the Mighty Blow Piley on jump up route, but I suppose you'd probably be better off doing that on an Orc Blitzer, I guess. I'm not quite sure how. I'm not quite sure how it works for orcs. Whether you build the black orcs as the killers, or whether you go for like a killer piece on a blitzer. So you could do jump up, and then give him piling on. But I'm not sure, to be honest. Again, it's kind of, there's a lot of different ways you could do it. It's definitely open to.
Haha, here's some friends.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely if it's like a really low TV brand new team, then Dodge is great because at that TV it's really hard for people to deal with.
Likes to be well assisted in fight.
Oh, another KO, nice.
Did you see that? We may see that player later, if they wait.
Right, now it becomes a case of, do I want to foul? Do I want to foul this guy, or do I want to foul the blitzer? I feel like I almost certainly want to foul the blitzer rather than fouling the catcher. I don't feel like him having a catcher particularly matters when we're going to get the ball back in the second half. So I feel like we're gonna take a stamp on the blitzer. 58%. Can we get? We could probably make it better, which we will do. We'll take a stamp, which I assume is going to be like 60-something%, maybe 70, 72%. Okay, we will definitely take this.
5 gold pieces says he gets kicked in the face.
Guys, oh, he's avoided it again. Okay, so we're just going to take the score while we can get it. There we go. So 1-0 up, 1-0 up. We do kind of need to hopefully. I mean, it's a shame. Well, I say it's a shame. It's a shame he gets 2 rolls to get his KOs back, but we can't complain. We did get 1 go off the pitch, and we scored on his drive. So it would be. I would feel bad complaining about this half. This half has been good for us. We're going to go with the same setup. I mean, he's only got 1 turn. I don't really feel there's an easy way for him to 1-turn us, but we shall see. Hopefully we get blitz or something and gets a punch. Or is he just going... Okay, this is really strange because... So he's definitely not... Well, he's not going to try a 1-turn touchdown. Like, I know... Maybe he can't 1-turn touchdown, but I would always leave a guy back to pick up the ball just because you might as well pick it up and throw it. And try and get your 1 SPP. But yeah, dodge, go dodge. Dodge seems like the best bet. I like dodge first. On my human team, when my blitzers rolled doubles first, the first guy rolled a double, he got dodged, so it's definitely not a bad way to go. See again, he's pushing these guys backwards. He should be pushing them across so he can punch them again. But that's just a little thing. There's no we didn't injure anyone with our fouls, but we didn't have to use our bribe yet, so we can keep doing it, which is nice. Get our stampy stamp on.
More the merrier.
That player is about to get punched above and below the belt at the same time.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm not sure what we're going to do with this dwarf team next. To be honest, as I say, I don't play dwarves, or I generally have only really played humans and Bretonnians to any great extent so far on Blood Bowl, or Blood Bowl 2, should I say? Even on Blood Bowl 1, I only really played humans for a bit. So I know the basics of dwarves. As far as what I'm going to do, like money wise. No problem, man. No problem. If you disappear all of a sudden, I won't hold it against you. I won't take it personally. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do once we start getting some income. I know That is not. Yeah, to be fair, Erna, that is not a bad shout. That is not a bad shout. No, I don't have a Brett team yet, Rowan. But we was talking about earlier. I'm definitely, after the stream's done tonight, the first thing I'm going to do is make a Brett team so that when I stream tomorrow, I can play some Bretts if people want to see them. I do enjoy playing Bretts. They're not like the best team. Like I would not call them like the most competitive team, but they are fun to play. I do enjoy playing Bretts. It's a good laugh. So I'm going to make a fresh Brett team as soon as the stream's done, and we're definitely going to play at least a couple of games of them tomorrow. We almost certainly want to go. Do I want to stick a guy in there? I'm not quite sure really. Oh, I feel like how many? Yeah, I feel like I'm going to make a go for it here. At least one. Let's get some tackle zones on the ball. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? I'm thinking this is turn 8. There's no real point. One of my friends just messaged me. I'm going to play Bretts because I am cool, and that is definitely the way to. That's definitely the way to look at it. Bretts are cool. I like Bretts. Thank you, DK. You are clearly listening. And yes, I'm going to play Bretts because I'm cool. All the cool guys play Bretts. But no, yeah, like I do genuinely like playing Brett. They're a funny team to play. Skip. And then suppose we just try and get a 1 dice over here, really. I mean, the thing about the dwarves is, as the dwarves go on, they're probably going to end up being like a slower but more resilient version of our humans. You know, like I'm going to try and get a lot of guard. Obviously they have their differences. You know, we're going to be trying to snipe people off the pitch with the frenzy troll slayers a lot more and things like that. But definitely the goal early on is to get some guard. Only peasants and 1 blitz blocker. Why would I go only peasants and 1 blocker? What kind of crazy team is that? I go full on like full blitzers, 4 blockers, bunch of peasants and 2 rerolls or something. But I will. What I'll do is I will name the you know what? What I will do is at the end of the stream, I'll do it tonight before I go off. When I'm done playing for the night, I'll make the Brett team, and anyone who wants rather than making up a team from scratch and then replacing people, I will just make the team before I go off to tonight, and then anyone who's about who wants a player named after them, I'll just do it as I go along. That seems like the best way to do it. We will do that. So set up your play. Okay, so he has clearly. Has he done this? Right, this guy. Yeah, cool. Cool. You could definitely be a peasant, DK. You can definitely be a peasant. Again, this is. I was talking about this earlier on the stream actually about how people new to the game, the default defensive setups don't really do them any favours, and this is why. Like this guy, it may not work out, but this guy is surfable from the off. It's going to take me 3 players to do it with 2 dice, but it is very, very doable. We're definitely going to take a 2 dice on the thing with the Troll Slayer, and we're definitely going to take 2 dice here. We have where's our runner gone? We need our runner back here. Movement 4, movement 4, movement 4. And we need a guy there. And then we're going to have a blitzer covering the ball. Right.
What was your favourite moment?
So for anyone that is new to the game, on the off chance there's anyone watching now who's new to the game, or watches it later on on YouTube who's new to the game, these standard defensive setups, right, is actually okay for us. We don't mind that. They're not ideal, and the reason why is this: when you're playing against teams, I'm not sure. I think elves their war dancers might start with frenzy. I will do no problem. Right, I will do my best. I'll Brett with a moustache, Rowan. I will make sure I do it. No problem. But yes, we kind of 1, 2, 3. We don't even need to move this guy out of the way. So we're going to do this first. The reason why this is a bad spot to stand, and the reason why is because when you're against dwarf teams or elf teams who have players with frenzy, you can go straight off the pitch in the first turn.
A fight is about to happen.
Like this. You just make sure he gets no assists, or get rid of this assist, get an assist here, and it's even easier to do when you have guard.
The attacker has
And as I say, it didn't work out there, but if I get a push there, I push him, and then I push him again, and he goes straight off the pitch. He's done. I'm not gonna waste a reroll on it. I'm just gonna leave him by the side of the pitch. But that is why it's pretty dangerous to do that. The way you stop it, or the way you don't let it happen, is you either set him up one square here, or what most people do is set him up like behind another guy. So you could put a guy here and a guy here, and then the only way I could do it would be to run all the way around, which is a lot harder. But just having a guy hanging out there on his own is a very, very bad idea. And it's just something that... This is not to say that the guy's really bad. It's just something that newer players who haven't played against Frenzy a lot just often don't know. No one's ever done it to them, so they don't notice that it can happen. But yes, that happens. That does happen. That can happen. You can just get a guy instantly off the pitch turn 1.
This is going to be decisive.
There's the Dauntless. Dauntless again, hopefully.
Look at that little snotling attacking the troll.
Here we go. And he's down.
The strength of a bear. Unfortunately,
No injury, but we can live with that.
of a field though.
Follow. We are following up. We are going to try and base up as much stuff as possible. Ooh.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Expensive to replace.
And I think he's used his apothecary already. Oh, this game is amazing compared to the last one. The last game was so bad. This game has been so good. I say that, and I bet we failed to pick up the ball again. Look, we're even picking up the ball first time now. What's going on? It's amazing. We're having a great time of it. If I had more players around the ogre, I would definitely foul him. Do what you want, but let me play. Like I do genuinely like. I feel bad for people when they have games like this. I do. Like it's not. Again, I've said this before. When you're new to the game and you have a game like this where, like, I do feel for people when they have games like this and it goes really badly and they get some injuries and some deaths, and it's like, I say, man, like, yeah, no, it's a shame you couldn't stay to the end, but I appreciate you stopping by, and it's you know, as I said, I won't take it personal. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough that I'm sure I'll see you around again. So, and I promise I will remember that you want to be a mustachioed Bretonian. He's going, okay, so he's going full on, like, I'm not going to play anymore. Which, like, I can understand. It's a viable tactic. I have no, you know, I'm not going to, you know what? I'm not going to go overboard. If he wants to let me, if he's going to say, okay, running touchdowns, it's not ideal. I don't really like it. Yeah. DK, remind me later on. Just, or type in, yeah, I'll type in chat. You know what? If he doesn't stand anyone up, then alright. I don't like doing this. I kind of feel it sucks the fun out of it. It's kind of unfortunate, but I'm not going to go out of my way to chase these players. Like, I can't. Like, for one, I just feel like I can't be bothered. And for two, you know, if he is new, I don't want to put him off the game by being a complete plonker to him. So, you know, if he's really of the opinion like, oh, please just score and we'll leave it at that, then fair enough. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to do it. I know, as I said, I don't want to put him off the game. I'm going to keep playing safely on the off chance he just suddenly decides he's going to try and blitz the ball carrier. Sweltering Heat. Sweltering Heat, I've seen it a couple of times. It doesn't happen often. And I'm not. The thing is, I'm not going to make passes because, again, like I don't feel like I'm not just going to do stupid stuff just because he decided he doesn't want to play. I'm going to kind of just take my points because I can. And again, it's not ideal. I'm going to get a level up on the runner and just be done with it. Like I don't enjoy games like this. I feel like you might as well try and play till the end. It's not ideal. You get bad games, you know.
Take out your will and check your insurance policies. Keep away from the fans.
But yeah, it's a kind of a shame. Kind of a shame things have turned out this way.
You can return to the slaughter. A shortage of 2 players is not inspiring, but it's not easy to overcome either.
But
They've kicked the ball to the opponents.
yeah, what I was going to say is before when he's when he first said just leave me some players. You've got to kind of think about it from the other person's point of view as well. Like sometimes, I hate pitch invasion. Didn't work out too bad for us, but I hate pitch invasion. It might be bad. You might be sitting there thinking, oh, he's clearly won. Why is he still punching people and all this? Playing like that. But from the point of view of the person you're playing against, like take my last 2 games as a dwarf. My first game was an absolutely horrible game, and I got no star player points at all, and all I got was my MVP. Like it was a terrible game. Now this game, I'm having a really good game, and I've said before, like a lot of Blood Bowl is basically when you're having a bad game, you try and minimise the damage, and when you're having a good game, you try and do what you can to make it as good as possible. Like that is the way I look at it. And although sometimes it seems like, I'm a bit hard done by, I don't want to play anymore, I'm just going to end the turn. From my point of view, I'm not doing it to be mean to him. I'm doing it because last game was a really bad game where I got nothing. But now I'm having a really good game. I just want to try and make the most out of it and get as many star player points as I can, so that I can do better next time. So, I kind of... It is unfortunate, but it goes that way sometimes. And, hello, by the way, I'm going to call you Jester84. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you in the chat. It's always nice when people chip in. I do, as you can probably tell, I do like having people to talk to. Makes things interesting. So what do we get? I mean, we're going to end up with a level up on our lineman. So we will see. Oh, sorry, on our runner. He's almost certainly going to get blocked first. Oh, did I Jester? Okay, Jester. I generally, if people have got numbers after their name, I generally leave the numbers off. If you particularly want me to call you Jester84, I will do it. But if not, I'm going to call you Jester and be done with it. If that's okay with you. And thank you very much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, assuming we don't get doubles here, we're just almost certainly going to get blocked. But yeah, so although yeah, I feel like just getting blocked first is way too important. He needs to be able to stay on his feet. I'm not going to mess around saying, oh, we should do this, maybe do that. I'm getting blocked. Block is the way we're going, so no point messing with it. Now, the only real decision we have now is, do I want to buy an Apo first or an extra Longbeard first? Because I feel like we could probably survive without the Apo, and with 1 man extra, we could probably be just fine. No probs, no. But yeah, I mean, I'm the same. There's loads of people. I used to be this. Luckily, I got my name and it was all right. But loads of people are in the same boat where they try and get the name they want, and they have to stick some numbers on the end. It's like when you need a new email account, and they're like, you can't have your name. You need your name plus 8 numbers. So I feel like we might do this. I feel like we might just buy the extra Longbeard and go with that. Because we don't really have anyone who's high enough level yet who we would Apo. On humans, I buy the Apo first because I feel like I need the Apo. But on these guys, I might actually just buy the extra. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna buy the extra long beard, and then afterwards we'll get an Apo. So if there's anyone, again, we're gonna do this like always. But anyone, first person to pipe up who says that they wouldn't mind being a long beard, will get a long beard named after them. And if no one is particularly fussed, we will do it after the last person that followed. Is generally the way I've been doing this. We got anyone in this? No, we haven't got anyone in this team so far. But I will be making a Brett team later on, and the Brett team will be wholly called after people in the chat and people who have followed. So if you don't end up being a dwarf, we will definitely get you in as a Brett. You have a long beard, yes, DJ. All right, we're gonna do. But I'm not gonna call you Reesty. I'm gonna call you. I know who you are, so I'm gonna call you your proper name. Reesty. You're right, I haven't actually named it. And he does actually sound like a dwarf. He does actually sound like a dwarf. Dragon Killer. DK. So that's the way that's going. But yeah, later on when we do make the Brett team, I've got a list of people who've been about in chat. I'm going to do my best to remember. What name is that? Isn't that your name? I can always fire him and rename him. You'll see it in a minute. Right, so we're going to go again. It's been a bit of a weird run with these dwarves so far. We had the really horrible game as our first game against another dwarf team. Then we had a guy who conceded against us. And then we had that game where the guy just was like, okay, I'm done. Please, no more. Stop punching me in the face. So, and now we get Skate.